What's happening? We're sitting at 9 weeks out now from the Arnold Classic USA, and we're still here in Dubai. Admittedly though, it's a pretty dreary day. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's dreich, but it's yeah, it's not the best kind of day. It was pissing it down earlier, and the fact that Dubai doesn't have any drainage, or not a lot of drainage, meant that like the gym flooded basically. So I didn't get any photos of that, but it was quite funny to see kind of like you had to basically swim to get a taxi outside of the gym, which is quite funny. So yeah, we're 9 weeks out. I thought I'd come outside, so it's a little bit better light inside. I couldn't see a fucking thing. In the last vlog, so what we're doing? We're sitting at 257 this morning. So that's a pound drop from 3 days ago. So we're still, everything's kind of just slowly coming in. Looking over my photos today, I definitely think that I'm tight through my arms, a little bit more through the side glute, a little bit more through the hip. That's what I kind of spotted this time around. So it's the visuals are changing, which is obviously more important than the weight, but the weight is still a semi-decent indicator to kind of point us and make sure we're going in the right direction. So that's quite interesting to see. So, but yeah, everything seems to be kind of flying. You know, I established a routine pretty quickly out here. It's not that hard to do that. The hardest part of being out here is avoiding like the temptations of everything that's out here. I mean, we got our post-workout meal in the Cheesecake Factory today, and obviously sitting around tons of people with like cheesecake and that, it was pretty tough. Even though I've done this for a long time and I've been in those situations many a time, it's still challenging a wee bit. But you know, the Cheesecake Factory is going to be there. We've already actually scoped out how much an Uber will cost to go from the Arnold Classic venue to the local Cheesecake Factory in Columbus. So that's all sorted. So I'll make up for it on that front. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm sitting at just now. I'm excited to go back to Glasgow. Like, don't get me wrong, it's amazing here, but everyone likes their home creature comforts, and I'm definitely one of them. Also, I don't like being away for too long away from a flat, because obviously you're paying a mortgage when you're not even in it. I don't know, that to me is just like annoying. I don't know if you want to look at it that way. Because last time we were out here for 5 weeks, and we were planning on doing longer than that as well before they brought in the hotel quarantines. So yeah, it's been a quick one anyway. But like I said, I like my creature comforts. I like knowing where everything is in the gym. I like my life being very meticulously sought out and thought out, sorry, by the second almost. For instance, like when I get up in the morning, I do like a round of stretching immediately getting out of bed, and I get up at 4 in the morning, and it's 13 minutes past 4 every morning when I finish doing that stretching routine. So that kind of gives you a gauge as to like how I like live my life and that. I don't change it. I love living like that. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I love routine. I'm very OCD in that sense, so that's one of the reasons why I want to kind of get back to Glasgow. Not that I've got a routine out here, but it's just because it's a different environment, different weather and whatnot, and you know, I said this before about Dubai, is that I don't know, there's something about the meat quality out here just seems different. Scottish meat's definitely superior, I'd say. So yeah, it's that's just kind of where I'm sitting just now. But done legs today, so I've sent Nick my suggestions for diet changes, so we're waiting to hear back what he says. So if you can wake up, mate, that'd be great. Thanks, mate. Cheers. And but yeah, I was thinking on the top of my head, kind of pulling. I've got 2 high calorie days just now. I wouldn't so much call them high carb days because there's quite high fat in it as well, just to help stabilise the carbs and make sure I'm absorbing everything efficiently. But I've got 2 of them just now. So I was thinking about kind of pulling them out, well, one out, and having one on the leg day, and then playing the other one if I needed another one by ear. So we're 9 weeks out now, and I'd like to be ready at 2 weeks out so I can kind of eat up into the show, because my downfall's always been, well, most times is my fullness, and if you're not full, you can't display actually how lean you actually are, because the muscles are not pressed up against the skin. In 2019, as I spoke before in previous vlogs, and the reasons why I've kind of went back to Nick is obviously we kind of nailed the fullness factor at the PCA British in October, and then there was another few shows before that as well where the fullness was kind of bang on point, and I was able to kind of truly show what my physique should look like when it's nice and full. So don't know why I brought that up, but so that's the whole purpose. I kind of wanted to be ready quite early so that I can eat up into the show and yeah, bring that kind of look that I kind of missed in 2021. Don't get me wrong, I was shredded without a doubt, and but I think I could have been a lot heavier and a lot fuller. So, like, looking at the pro scene now, like, it is really about fullness. Who's the roundest? Like, you're not going to be able to get far being flat nowadays. If you look back at like the conditioning of like the 90s and that, I would argue that it was better in the sense that the guys weren't as round and full. They were certainly not as heavy anyway, and that is kind of the difference there, because you will have to sacrifice a bit of conditioning to be round and full and hard. So to be round and full, sorry. And so yeah, I'm just kind of wanting to come in a little bit faster now. So drop the second high day, pull a few carbs here and there from the low carb day, and that's kind of what I'm thinking just now. So another factor as well is like using fat burners. When I use kind of Lysiclen, I flatten out very quickly. I mean, I wake up flat in even off season, you know. So if I'm using Clen, I feel it depletes my electrolytes quite significantly. Already a heavy sweater anyway, so that plays into that as well. And yeah, I want to kind of make sure I'm not using them too early, using fat burners too early, and kind of pulling them in the right point. So that could be next week, who knows? It just depends on kind of how I look and how I feel. So there is no hardline strategy, so to speak. There's no, right, at this point we'll do this, at this point we'll do that. It's kind of like a not vague, that's the wrong word, but like, you know what I'm trying to say is like there's kind of like there is method behind what I'm doing, but there's no, in terms of like, there's no kind of set timeline. So that's kind of what many first timers and novices kind of forget, is that bodybuilding's like an ever evolving thing throughout the prep, and you have to kind of follow what your body's doing. There's no point in pulling food if the body doesn't need to pull food. There's no point in sitting back when you should be pushing. So and the body can change daily, especially towards the end. So I know that my physique changes, it's changing every day at the moment, and that's 9 weeks out, so I need to be kind of quite careful that I don't step on stage flat, essentially, because when I go flat, the delts disappear, the arms disappear, and yeah, it definitely affects my look. I think if I come in bursting full through the pecs, arms and shoulders, it's going to be a kind of a very competitive look. So I'm kind of banking on that. So don't want to deplete too hard, but we still need to kind of push forward at the moment. So yeah, kind of those are the kind of suggested tweaks that I gave to Nick today. What else? So yeah, well, the gym flooded today, so that kind of scuppered the leg day. Done leg extensions in the dark because there was quite a big shower before we went to the gym. I must have done something to electrics out there, because the rooms they built on top of Bunus are honestly made of sheet metal and tin, so something happened to electrics. So I had to do leg extensions in the dark, and then went back through to the main room to do barbell squats, and I had to do walking lunges, Smith machine, Bulgarians, hamstring variation, hyperextension, and close stance, stiff leg deadlifts. So yeah, kind of just tweaked it a little bit, and don't get me wrong, it was still a great session. I'm still buckled from it, so think that's the main thing especially considering this is a high day. So at the moment I'm not using any oats, so 2 of my meals are oats, so definitely looking forward to kind of going back and eating oats. I know that's sad, but I don't care. Like, you can get oats here, the vegan ones, not the vegan ones, the gluten-free ones. Oh, but fucking hell, they don't cook properly and they're disgusting. So I'm very excited to kind of go back and actually get my oats again. So when clients tell me, oh, like, oats this, oats that, it's like, trust me, I get it. It's like, towards the end of prep, oats start tasting like cake. Just that, mate. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to kind of getting back into there, and obviously having a training partner with Chris is something I miss as well. So I can push myself no matter what, but it's also the safety aspect. You know, obviously I've had Reagan here, and Reagan's a great training partner, but Reagan's also about 45 kilo, so it's a bit dangerous when I'm using kind of heavy weight, especially on like chest presses and leg presses and stuff. So, but no, I've thoroughly enjoyed my time out here. It's been a different experience to what it should have been, i.e. I shouldn't have been on prep out here, but plans change. I made it work, and kind of definitely happy with kind of how I've progressed while out here, and it's given me the buzz to now know that when I go back, I'm essentially going to be almost 8 weeks out, because we fly back on Tuesday. So PCR test, please come through. So yeah, we're gonna. It's almost as if a vast chunk of the prep's already been done, and we've almost like jumped forward time-wise. Like, we've jumped in a like prep time machine being out here, and the next 8 weeks are just gonna fly. And I'm very excited to see kind of where my physique takes me and whatnot. So, but no, everything's kind of flying, and yeah, excited to see what's happening. So, yeah, cheers, guys.